Welcome to the course of Microsoft PowerPoint. We know that Microsoft PowerPoint is a presentation-based software used for a lot of purposes. We can say daily use, education, business, presentation, fashion, and a lot of purposes. Okay, so in this lesson, we covered up a lot of things which you will see, and all of them are beginner friendly and also flexible. So the main things we covered are essential tools of Microsoft PowerPoint. You will see that there are a lot of tools in Microsoft PowerPoint, and we covered up almost everything of it. Okay, then what we covered is formatting content. When you place in content, there are a lot of things you need to do, like adding in more content, then formatting them and editing them. We also covered that part. Then we did is basic project presentation building. If you don't know about how to make a presentation, about the structure of it, and how to make professional grade presentation, we also covered that part and got you on that. And at the end, what we did is give you a couple of advanced PowerPoint tips and also tricks which you can use to make your work a lot more easier and build up more ideas. Okay, at the end of this course, you will get familiar with all of the tools in PowerPoint and know how to use it and when to use it. And essentially use PowerPoint in your daily life for multi-purpose and eventually business and professional purposes too. So let's start off with this lesson, and I hope to see you in my lesson. Welcome to a new lesson of Microsoft PowerPoint. So as this is the first lesson of Microsoft PowerPoint, what I'm going to show you is about the File tab and the Home tab, okay? So first off, keep one thing in mind to use the newer version of Microsoft PowerPoint or Microsoft Plan, because if you use the older ones, you will not find all of the tools which it has on the newer ones, okay? So today I'm using Microsoft 365 edition. It has like almost all of the new tools which you can actually use. So first off, let's go off to the File section. So I'm going to click on Files, and you can see that this is the interface Microsoft PowerPoint has for us. First off, it's going to show us a couple of these themes and also a blank presentation. If you want to open up a presentation or a blank presentation, and even if you want themes, you can use a couple of these themes, okay? And you also have this option of more themes. Well, it's going to take you to another section. And you can see also there is an option of recent, pinned, and all of these. So all of your recently worked documents will appear over here, okay? And you will be able to open up all of your recent projects and also your presentation through this section. Then we are going to go to the new section. When you click on new section, and if you go down, you will see a lot of these themes which you will be able to use. And another thing you have to keep in mind that you can select whichever category of theme you want to use, okay? So you can use any of those, just click on them. If you like, you'll get a small preview and you can just press on create. It will directly open up in your screen, okay? And if you want online themes or templates, you can also do that. Make sure to stay connected to the internet and also to your Microsoft account to be able to use this tool. So you can see that there is a search bar over here which you will be able to use. So you can search anything you want. And you also have some suggested searches which are presentation, themes, education, charts, diagram, business, infographics. So whichever category of theme you want, you can use any of them. But if you want to search something, let's say I'm going to search something according to party. I'm going to hit on enter, and all of the party-based themes and templates will appear over here. And you can select whichever one you desire and then press on create. Okay, it will download your template, and you can see that your theme has been directly applied to the screen. Okay, so this is like very simple. I can cut it and I will be back to my own screen. Now you can see whichever one you want and go through a vast amount of themes which you can use, and eventually you can also download your themes and directly use it to Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, now we're gonna go to the open section. In the open section, you will see that a couple of these options will appear up. Well, recent is the one where you will be able to open up your recently project, okay, recent worked project, just like home right over here. You can also pin your document like this. You can see this icon. When you pin one document, you can find them unpinned. So that means you can pin and highlight whichever one you want to work specifically and then find it very easily. If you want to unpin it, just click on this icon again and it will go away. Go to open again. Then we're going to talk about folders. You can also open up documents or presentation from specific type of folders or documents and then start working on them directly. Then we have is OneDrive. Well, this is a really important function right now and very useful. Okay, OneDrive is a cloud drive similar to Google Drive, but is powered by Microsoft. So let's say you worked on a presentation from somewhere around the world and on a different device, okay, but you don't have to worry about it. You just have to stay connected to the internet and also your Microsoft account so that you can log into that account and use those presentation from wherever you want. You just have to stay connected to the internet and also upload it, okay. And also Microsoft Office also helps you with a tool called auto save, which is going to save with like every progress you do, even every step. Then we have is this PC. If you want to like open up any document or any presentation from your PC, you can use this option and select anyone you want and then directly open it. Then we have is add a place. Then you can add a place such as OneDrive or OneDrive for Business. So OneDrive is of two types, OneDrive Personal and OneDrive for Business. If you want it for business purpose, you can use OneDrive for Business. And if you want it for personal use, you can also use OneDrive, okay. Well, both of them are quite the same. I'm using OneDrive for all purpose right now, but if you want to stay more organized, you can like use OneDrive for Business. Then we have is browse. When you click on browse, you will see that an interface like this will appear up, okay. So keep that thing in mind, and you can like literally open up any of the drive in your PC and open up any PowerPoint presentation from your PC and open it up directly and start working on it. Then we have is info, save as, save, history, print, share, export, close, account, feedback, and option. Well, all of them will appear over here. You can like doodle with any of them and see what they actually do. So I'm gonna go back now, and you can see that this is how PowerPoint presentation interface will look like when you open it up. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you a couple of these options which are going to be cut, copy, paste, and format painter and clipboard. Okay, so when I clicked on it, you can see a new page has been edited. I'm gonna like delete this, but you can also use this. So this is the title and this is the subtitle. So I'm gonna show you another method, okay, which is going to be slides, okay, which are like very important because you obviously gonna need like a couple of slides, not just a single one, to make your presentation. If you want to make a new slide, what you have to do is select on them and select this 9 type of slide which are available, and select whichever one you want according to your desire and according to your category of data. Okay, then you can just select on them and use them. And even if you want to change the theme, the title, or even like the new slide or the slide layout, you can just select on layout and select whichever one you want. Let's say I'm going to need this, and you can see that the layout has been changed. Now let's start off by adding in a title. So first off, let me type in orange. Okay, so as you've seen that I've typed in orange, now obviously I'm going to show you this section, okay, as I've done with slides. So another thing you have to keep in mind that if you want to go back to the revert self or the default self, just click on reset and it will go back to its default self. So how does it work? So let me say I'm gonna keep it like this, but when I click on reset, and you can see it has come back to its default self. You can also use section to add section, but I'm going to show you a bit later, okay, in the next lesson. So because that is a bit of a different topic. So now I'm going to show you about cut, copy, paste, and format painter. Now you can see that I have added my title. Now let's say I'm going to add in a couple of the name of fruits. Let's say I'm going to type in banana. But what I'm going to do is make some copies of it. So how are you going to make copies of it? Okay, what you're going to do is select on it. So I'm also going to show you how you can select it. Okay, if you want to select your data, what you have to do is there are two ways: a keyboard method and there is the mouse method. So the first method is going to be the mouse method. If you want to select the data, what you have to do is left click on your mouse and then drag it right over the text where you want to select it. Eventually, even if you have a lot of data, you can also do that. Well, PowerPoint also has the ability and capability of navigation. You can use your left and right keyboard navigation key, up and down, all of those. Okay, and also there is an option called enter and tab. When I press on tab, you will see it will skip a line. So that is basically it on how you will navigate through Microsoft PowerPoint, and eventually you're gonna also be able to use this tool, which is the mouse and also known as the cursor. Now let me type in something else. Let's say strawberries. Okay, strawberry. Then let's type in mango. Now as I'm done, what I'm going to do is copy the same thing. So as I've told you that you will be able to select a vast amount of data too. So I'm going to select it like this, and you can see that it has been selected. Okay, now there is another method, which is the keyboard method. First, what you have to do is see where your cursor is, then hold on to your shift and use the navigation key where your text is. So I'm going to press on left arrow key, and you can see it has been selected. If you press on up, you will see all of them has been selected. Now I'm going to show you how you will be able to cut, copy, paste. Okay, so the cut, copy, paste is like a very essential tool. Okay, eventually in a lot of softwares. So what you have to do is press on Control C, which is for copy, but there's another method. What you're going to do is right click on your mouse, and you can see copy is over here. You can also copy it from here, which is also doable, but this is more handy because when you select it, you will see that this will directly open up, but not copy paste. Okay, so first off, what you're going to do is click on copy, but you will see that there is an also option, which is the keyboard method. You can press Control C. I'm going to show you both of it. I'm going to paste, like click on copy, hit on enter, and what I'm going to do is click on paste, and you can see the same data has been pasted, but the previous data has not been erased. Okay, so I'm going to undo it. Okay, I'm going to delete it. Just press on backspace, and you can see that it has been deleted. So I'm going to do the keyboard method this time. I copied it, Control C, and now if you want to paste it, there is also a keyboard method. So you can see when you drag your mouse over here, Control V is for pasting. So I'm going to do is paste by using Control V, and you can see that the data has been pasted. So this is like very simple, right? Now another method of doing that is going to be cut. But cut works in a way that it will directly take all of the data, not keep any residue of it back. Okay, so what you're going to do is click on cut, and the shortcut key is Control plus X. I'm going to show you both of the method. I'm going to click on cut, and what I'm going to do here is paste. Okay, now you can see how the cut works. I'm going to do it by using the keyboard shift copy, and I'm going to do is Control X and Control V, and you can see that that is how you'll be able to use cut, copy, and paste. Now another thing keeps over here, which is going to be the format painter. Well, format painter is also a very essential tool. Let's say what I'm going to do is format just this. Okay, well I'm also going to show you a bit later how you'll be able to format all of those. Okay, so I'm going to do is increase the size. Now let's say I want the same type of content on here. So what I'm going to do is copy all of this, select on format painter. I'm going to do is drag my mouse right over those, and you can see the same type of formatting has been added. Eventually, if you add more content or more formatting, still all of those content will be appeared over here where you drag this, brush. So that is it for this lesson on how you'll be able to use the file tab and also in the home section of slides and clipboard. Thank you for staying with us and watching this video. Welcome to another lesson of Microsoft PowerPoint. In this lesson, I'm going to be showing you about how you can customize your fonts and also about making section in Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so let's start off by opening up Microsoft PowerPoint. You will see a section like this will appear up. If you've seen our previous lesson, you will see about layouts and making new slides. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of the method of how you can make a new slide. Okay, so you can see when I drag my mouse right over the new slide section, you will see the shortcut key is going to be Control M. So I'm going to try pressing it Control M, and you can see a new slide has been made. Even if you do it again and again, and you will see new slides will appear over and over again. Next, what I'm going to do is change the layout. Okay, so if you've seen my previous lesson, you also know about it. You can select whichever slide you want, and that will be basically it on how you will be able to customize your layout. Now, as I have my new layout or my new slide, now I'm going to show you how you will be able to customize your type of font according to your desire. So I will start off by adding in some content. So let's type here on the title section. Even if you don't want this layout, you can select whichever layout you want. Okay, so from here, what I'm gonna do is type in a couple of names. Let's say I'm gonna type in Phoenix. Okay, let's just keep it over here. Now you also know about how you can navigate through Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is going to be, let's say I'm gonna add some formatting. So if you want to do that, you can also do it. So another way of making section in PowerPoint is going to be a bit different. So if you want to organize your slides, let's say I'm going to make a couple more of these slides. Let's say I'm going to click on here, and you can see that there are 4 of these slides. Okay, now I'm going to make sections on each and every one of those. Let's say 1 and 2 will be one section, and 3 and 4 will be one section. So I'm going to click on 1 and select on section. I'm going to do is add section, and I can add in name of the section from over here. Let's say this is going to be the name of people. Name of people. Okay, I'm gonna hit on rename. Got it. Now what I'm gonna do is going to be going to tree. I'm gonna click on section, add section. Okay, or if you want to do like remove all section, you can also do that. But what I'm gonna do is add another section from tree. I'm gonna name the section to be, let's say, name of fruits. That is like very simple, right? That will be it on how you'll be able to make section and organize all of your data. Now let's say you have a couple of these slides. Now you can also expand and keep it like this so that you can go through a lot of these files and also a lot of these slides and keep all of them organized. And eventually another way of navigating is, let's say you want 3 to be over here, you can also keep it. If you want 2 to be over here, you can also keep it like this. So this is like very simple, right? Now what I'm gonna do is do some formatting as we're done with the section. So if you want to do formatting, the first thing what you have to do is select your text. So in my previous lesson, I've shown you how you will be able to select the text, right? So there are both ways, mouse ways and also keyboard method, right? So as we're done, now you will see when I select on it, you can see that this option appears up, which also kind of looks like this. But also when you do it like this, it has a bit less options. So all of the options are right over here. Okay, so the first is going to be selection of text, and now what I'm going to do is bold it. So when you click on B, you will see that your text will become a bit thick and also a bit darker. So that is what bold is. There is also a shortcut method, which is going to be Control+B. And another thing you have to keep in mind, that when you apply the same thing twice, it will revert back. So you can see that it has been already been bold. When I press on bold again, you will see that it will revert back to its default self. So what I'm going to do is use the keyboard method Control+B, and you can see that it has been made into bold. We're going to also do the same thing on italic and also underline. Okay, so what I'm going to do is select on it, and another thing you have to keep in mind that you can apply a lot of formatting on a single text. Okay, so I'm going to do is press on I, and you will see that they are now inclined. And if I press U, you can see that they are underlined. Now I'm going to do is use the keyboard method to do both of them, but I'm not going to use the mouse. So italic is for Control I and underline is for Control+U. So I'm going to do it over here by keeping my mouse so that you can like see that how I'm going to like do all of those without selecting over here. I'm going to press Control+I, and you can see that it has reverted back to being straight. Now I'm going to press Control+U, and you can see that the underline has been gone. But if I press Control+U again, Control+I, and also Control+B, you can see all of them has been added. So this is like very simple, right? I'm going to press Control+I again, and you can see all of them has been added. Then we have is this, which is the text shadow. There is no shortcut key, what you have to do is select on text shadow, and you can see the shadow has been added over here. Now what I'm going to do is change the font. If you want to change the font, there are also 2 ways. You can select it from over here or also from over here. Well, both of them are quite the same. I'm going to select it from here and select whichever font you want, and you can see that there is going to be a preview of each and every one. You're gonna move your mouse. Okay, so select whichever one you want, and if you don't click on your left mouse key, it will not be applied. So you have to select on the font which you want to use. Let's say I'm going to use this, and now you can see that the font has been added. Let's say I'm going to use something else. Okay, let's say I'm going to go over here and use Cooper Black, and you can see that the font has changed. Okay, now another way is going to be changing the font size. You can see when you select your text, there is the option of font size. You can select it from here or also do it from here. Okay, that is the same. You can select whichever type of font size you want, and directly they will be applied. But it's like the same thing of selecting font, the font shape. So what you have to do is select on your left mouse key or press on your left mouse key so that it will be directly applied. But if you do not do that, it will not be applied. So select on your text and then do it. Then what we're gonna do is going to be a bit different. Now you can see that there are a couple of these sizes, but couple of the numbers are missing. You can see 24 to 28, 28 to 32, 32 to 36, then 40, 44, 48, 54, 60, 66, and then 72. There are a couple of the number missing, right? So let's say we don't have 33, 34, 35. But what you can do is select on over here and type in the number. Let's say I'm going to type in 33 or 35, hit on enter, and you can see 35 has been added. Eventually you can do it a lot more. Let's say I'm going to type in 200, hit on enter, and you can see 200 size has been added. But I don't want that. I'm going to keep it to be, 35 or 40, whichever one I want. Let's say I'm going to keep it 66. Okay, so that is basically it. Now what I'm going to do is going to be a bit different. So what you're going to do is select the text again, and another way of increasing the font size is going to be using these options. It is increase font and also decrease the font size. There is also a shortcut method which is going to be Control Shift, and then the brackets are like greater than or lower, like whichever it is. Now I'm gonna use this. When I click on it, you can see that it has increased, and when I click on this one, it will decrease. You can also use the same things. Let's say I'm gonna press on my keyboard Control Shift. You can see it is decreasing, and when I press the same thing, Control Shift and greater than, and that will be it. Okay, so those are the methods of how you can add content, or maybe like add in some formattings. Now what I'm going to do is going to be strike through. If you want to add in strike through, just click on it, and you can see a strike through has been added in your text. And you can also add it in a really big paragraph too. What you have to do is just select the paragraph and then click on it, and it will be applied. Then we have is this, which is the character spacing. If you want to add some character spacing, let's say I want some space over here in between P and H, I can do that. I'm going to click on over here, and I'm going to say is loose, and you can see that there is a bit loose. Okay, I'm going to click on very loose, and you can see it like this. I'm going to remove this strike through, and you can see the difference. But what I'm going to do is, let's say very tight, and you can see all of them are very close. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to press on tight. I can press on normal. Okay, whichever one you want is all up to you. Then there is also another option of more spacing. Then you can type in the fonts and also by, and also click on fonts and do all of them from over here. Okay, let's say I'm going to keep it to be expanded. I'm going to expand by, let's say 6, and hit on OK, and you can see that they are like they have a lot of space in between them. So you can do that according to your desire. Then what we have is the case, changing the case. Changing the case is also sometimes very important. Okay, if you want to change the case, so I'm going to show you all the example, and you will know what it exactly does. So let's say sentence case. So sentence case is obviously having the first alphabet of the paragraph or the sentence to be like capitalized. Let's say I want all lowercase. You can see all of them will turn into normal. Okay, now I'm going to keep all of them uppercase, and you can see all of them has turned capitalized. Now I'm going to use capitalize each word. Now what I'm going to do is type in equal like space Phoenix is good. Now you can see every alphabet, or every word, the first alphabet is going to be capital. So that is how it's going to work. Then we have is capitalize each word, and the last one is going to be toggle case. So the capital ones are going to turn into lowercase, and the lowercase are going to turn into capital. So that was basically what it is. Now I'm going to select on it and select on normal, which is going to be sentence case. The first alphabet is going to be capital. Then what I'm going to do is show you highlight and also the font color. Okay, so I'm going to select on it and select on highlight. You can see a couple of these options, and you can highlight any of the text in your section. Let's say what I'm going to do is just select on this one, and I want to highlight this, so I can select on it. Okay, you can also do single alphabets too. You can also do that, and you can see all of them will appear just like this. Now if I don't want any of those, what I'm going to do is keep no color, and all of them will be gone. Now what I'm going to do is change the color of the font. If you want to do that, select the text or select the alphabet which you want to change, then select the color. Okay, then you will see that the color will change according to your desire. You can also do specific alphabets too. Let's say I'm going to change this to be like this, and I want to change it to be something like, I'm going to keep it like this. So now you already know quite all of the features about the font section in Home tab. Now the last thing is going to be this one, which is also called clear all formatting. Let's say you want all of it to revert back to its default self. If you want to do that, what you have to do is click on like this, clear all formatting, and they will all go back to the revert self, and all of the formatting will be gone. So hope you guys understood everything in this lesson about the font section and also about the slide section. Okay, so thank you for staying with us and watching this video.